Welcome back to my next playthrough series, this time Flashpoint Fire Rescue. And I'm going to be using the experienced rule set, which means we have to rescue potential victims and we have to bring them to the ambulance. There's a whole bunch of little added rules with hotspots and stuff. I'm not going to go over the rules here at all. There are some excellent setup and rules videos on YouTube. Watch It Play did a whole series on how to play, which is completely excellent. And of course, I watched it before playing this and read over the rules myself. So hopefully I won't make too many errors. So I've initially set up, I'm going to be playing just two characters. So we've done all the initial setup. We've had 3 explosions happen. So we've 3 hotspots on the board. To win the game, we need to rescue 7 victims from the burning building. To lose the game, we have to, if we lose 4 victims to the fire, or all of these black cubes, there's 24 of them, representing destroyed walls, come into play, then we lose the game. That way the building structure collapses, basically, and it's game over. And so, with that, we're going to take a look at our two firefighters that I've randomly chosen. And then we're just going to get into the gameplay, and you'll see how the rules work as we play. So like I said, if you want to know how the whole game plays, how to set it up, how all the rules work, you can watch the Watch It Played videos. They are excellent in instructing you how to do it. So let's take a look at our 2 firefighters, and then we're going to begin. Alright, so here we have the 2 firefighters that I will be playing for this playthrough. We have the rescue specialist, and they have some 4 actions, normal actions for the turn. They have 3 free movement actions, and one of their special abilities is they can chop through a wall for 1 action point. It normally costs 2 action points to cut through a wall. It says the rescue specialist pays double action points to extinguish fire and smoke. So normally it costs 1 action point to get rid of smoke or to turn fire into smoke, but for her it's going to take 2 action points to do that action instead of just 1. And she has free movement action points cannot be saved. So these 3 free movement action points she gets every turn, you can't save. You can save up to 4 action points from one turn to the next, but she can't save those ones. And she's going to be the white firefighter. The next one we have is the fire captain, and he has 2 free command action points. So command, on your turn you may spend action points to move other players. So he can spend all 6 action points and give them to our rescue specialist, or he can use 4 action points for himself, but these 2 action points must go to the rescue specialist. I believe that's how that works. Action points spent this way are at the normal movement cost of the player being moved. And free command action points cannot be saved. Okay. So that's what we have there. And he's going to be the orange firefighter. So I'm just going to swap these cards out. We're going to take a look at turn order actions, and then we're going to get into it. All right, so I think this is going to show up well enough. So very quickly, turn order, we have an action phase. So we're going to spend your 4 action points. And it says save unspent action points up to 4. And the advanced rules here are in yellow. So so the second thing we do after we do all our action points, we're going to advance the fire. And so there's rules for advancing the fire. Then we're going to replenish the points of interest, or people of interest. If there's not 3 on the board, we're going to put 3 on the board. And I've already mentioned the game victory and defeat conditions. And over to actions. So let's take a look at the actions here. You can move, costs 1 action point. Moving through a fire space costs 2 action points. Move a victim or a hazmat, a hazardous material, 2 action points. Moves are to any adjacent space. Adjacency in this game is orthogonal. It is not diagonal. You cannot move diagonally in this game. Other action points. Opening and closing a door costs 1. Extinguish smoke costs 1 action point. Extinguish fire, 1 action point to smoke. So if you want to just get rid of a complete fire space, it's 2 action points. So basically, fire to smoke is 1 action. Getting rid of smoke is 1 action. Chopping through a wall, 2 action points normally. And then you can have driving. If you're in the fire engine, you can drive it around for 2 action points. You don't have to be in the ambulance to drive it. You basically radio the ambulance. It gets to move to its next space on the board, and those cost 2 actions. You can ride in the ambulance or fire truck for free. You just tag along with it if you're in the space when it starts its movement. Crew change. You can, if you start your turn in the fire truck, you can spend 2 action points and change your crew. So we can swap the specialist out for the paramedic or someone like that if you want to do that. Firing the deck gun. That's firing the water cannon from the fire truck. Costs 4 action points. Of course, you have to be in the fire truck to do that. And it even says here, adjacent spaces are up, down, left, or right. Close doors and walls. Prevent spaces from being adjacent unless destroyed. A wall segment with 2 damage markers is destroyed. A wall segment with 1 damage marker is damaged. And when a wall segment has 2 black cubes on it, meaning it's destroyed, there is now a free path to walk through that section. Of course, fire can also spread through those holes. Okay, with that said, let's get back to the board and let's have a couple of turns and see how much trouble we're going to be in. Okay, and you can determine the turn order each turn as you like. And so I think it makes sense for us to have the fire captain take the first turn, because he can give free movement points to the rescue specialist. And so the fire captain has 4 action points. He can give 2 to the rescue specialist. And it says, I'm just going to read it. On your turn, you may spend action points to move other players. Action points spent this way are normal. Yeah, so we're going to be able to move the rescue specialist with a fire captain's special ability. So we're going to give her 2 movement points right now for free. That's his special ability. So she's going to go 1, 2, and it costs 1 action point to move. So that's her taking her 2 free moves from the fire captain. Fire captain now has 4 actions, and he's going to go 1, 2, and he's going to spend 1 action to open that door, 3, and he's going to spend 1 more action to move in here for 4. His idea, I think, is to try and get these hazardous materials out of the building before they light on fire and explode, because that's not good. So very quickly, that's the fire captain's turn. He didn't save any action points. He used them all. He gave 2 movement action points to the rescue specialist, and now it is time for the lovely advancing of the fire. And let's roll a black die and a red die and see what we get. So we get a 6 and a 1. So the 1 is here, and the 6 is here. So we're going to get a smoke marker showing up here. So basically when you roll these dice, you get smoke markers. If smoke lands on fire, you get an explosion. If we land on a hot spot, we're going to just keep rolling until we get more and more hot spots. Again, the rules we'll see as we play. So that's basically the first turn. That was the fire captain. So up next, we have the rescue specialist. Now remember, the rescue specialist gets 3 free movement action points. And I think the first thing she's going to want to do is take a look at this point of interest here to see if it's actually a victim that we may want to get out into the ambulance. So for 1 action, she's going to open this door. So she has 3 regular actions left and 3 free movement actions. So she's going to go 1, 2. We're going to flip this over, and it is a person. So let's see. She opened the door for 1 action, 2 movement actions. So she has 1 more free movement action and 3 regular actions. So she basically has 4 actions left for a movement. So she's going to take this little girl and try to drag her outside. So that's going to be 2 actions. So let me just recap that. 1, 2, 3. That's 4, 5, and 6, 7. So she's going to take this victim this way. So she's trying to get her outside into the ambulance very quickly. That's our rescue specialist's turn. And yep, every time we finish off our turns, we have to roll the dreaded black and red die to see where the fire spreads. This time it is a 6 and a 2. 6 and 2. So we get another smoke here. Now that's bad news because the door was blown off here. Whenever you have smoke adjacent to fire, it turns to fire. So fire and fire. So this is now a blazing mess in here. Not good. Not good. Of course, this game gets out of hand very quickly. So that was very quickly a turn each from the fire captain and the rescue specialist. And so let me just rethink about this a little bit, and we'll come back and do another turn each. Maybe once, maybe twice. Okay, a little thinking, and once again, we're going to have the fire captain, who is orange. We're going to have him go first. He's going to give our rescue specialist 2 free movement points. So she's going to, with 2 points, she's going to drag this victim here. So she's getting ready to exit the building into the ambulance. We're going to have our first rescued character, we hope. And now the fire captain still has 4 action points left for himself. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3. He's going to drag that hazmat 2, 3, and he has 1 more action point left. I think he's going to move through the door for his final one. He'll drag that one outside, come back and get that one. At least that's the plan. The plan will probably go sideways here very quickly. So once again, quickly we advance the fire again. This time we get, whoops, an 8 and a 4. So 4 is here. 4, oh, you're kidding me. So right here, we end up getting some smoke. Right on the very spot that we have our rescue specialist and our victim trying to get out of the building. I'm just going to double check the rules. I don't think the smoke is going to bother them, because you can carry characters through smoke, you just cannot carry them through fire. So I will be right back, and we're going to be doing the rescue specialist turn. Okay, so smoke is not the issue in this game, it is the fire. If fire was in this spot, we would knock down the paramedic, or the rescue specialist. The rescue specialist would end up starting their turn again in the ambulance, and the potential victim would be killed. But this is just smoke, not an issue. We can move through smoke without a problem. All right, so we know that the rescue specialist gets 3 free action points for movement. So she's going to spend 2 of them right now to move outside the building, which means the victim gets in the ambulance. All right, we have our first of 7 victims rescued. So we're 1/7 of the way to winning the game. She has 4 regular actions, and she has 1 more free movement. So she's going to use, she pays double to extinguish fire and smoke. So she's going to pay 2 actions of her 4 to get rid of the smoke token. That gets rid of it. She still has 2 regular actions and 1 free move. So she's going to go 1, 2, and 3. She's going to try maybe starting to get into this fiery zone and maybe put some stuff out, or maybe she's going to try to come around the corner or chop a hole through the wall and get in here. Which actually, let me think about it. She had 1, 2, 3. No, she's going to go there. I think she's going to end her turn there. Although she could save a couple of those actions if she wanted to. Does she want to do that? She might do her free action to here once she rescued the victim. And then she can actually, does she want to chop a hole in the wall to get to this victim quickly? I think she's going to spend her final 2 actions. Instead of moving, I think she's, well actually it only costs her 1 action to chop in the wall. So she can actually chop a hole right through that wall, only costing her 1 action per chop activity. So if I haven't screwed that up, which I don't think I did, she did have 3 actions left when she got here. So 1 free movement to here and 2 more actions. She wants to get in here, rescue this guy if it's a person, and possibly get rid of that hazardous material as well. All right, once again, we're at the end of a turn, and we have to roll for the spreading of the fire, advancing the fire. So this gets more and more dangerous, of course. So this time we rolled a 3 and a 2. 3 is here, 2 is here. Okay, so we get a smoke marker right on top of this potential victim. So that might be something that our fire captain may want to think about. I think I'm going to do 1 more turn. Oh, and I forgot. At the end here now, we only have 2 potential victims, so we have to roll the dice to add a 3rd one. We're going to add a 3rd one now, and it's 3 and 2. Didn't I just roll that? 3 and 2. Oh, and we can't have a potential victim on a potential victim. So we're going to follow these arrows. So luckily for us, we get another one. We follow the arrow directly to the right. We have one in the smoke area, and we have one here. So that's actually pretty good, because our fire captain is going to be able to potentially see who they are and start getting them out of the building next turn, which is going to come up right away. So again, I'm going to think about this for a little bit, and we're going to come back and do one more turn for the fire captain, one more for the rescue specialist, and we'll call it our first episode. Okay, did a bit of thinking. I wanted to get this out of here, but I think we're going to have to see who these victims are first. So once again, fire captain's going to go up first. He's going to give his 2 free moves to our rescue specialist. So 1, 2. So we get in here, and it's the little putty tat. So the little pussycat is in here. Excellent. So she will be able to start the rescue of the pussycat. All right, now it's up to the fire captain. He has 4 actions, so he's going to go 1 action here. It is a person, 2 actions here. It was nobody. Well, it's good to know. For 3 actions, he's going to put out the smoke. For his 3rd action, I mean, because it only costs him 1 action to do that. And his final action, he's going to move back here with the victim. He'll start hopefully dragging her out next time. All right. Okay, so we have the pussycat. Our rescue specialist has 4 action points remaining, so she's going to go 2 and 4. She's going to get the cat to here. And now, of course, it is time to roll for the bad spreading of the fire. And we have this time a 3 and a 3. So 3 and 3. Ooh, yeah, that's not good. We get a smoke appearing with the hazardous material. That is potentially a bad mixture. Okay. And that is going to conclude, I think, this episode. So you can see the turns go pretty quickly. We've rescued 1. Oh, and we need to add... Sorry, we did have a blank one. I almost forgot. We need to add 1 more potential victim. And it's... Wow! Keep rolling the same thing. So 3 and 3. So now we have a potential victim with the smoke and hazardous material just through that door. That could be, again, a bad situation. So now we're going to leave off. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for liking my videos, and subscribe me if you do. I really appreciate it. This is Flashpoint Fire Rescue. We're playing with the advanced rules. And I have no idea how we're doing. Like I said, this is a type of game that can go sideways very quickly, or you can have a run of good luck and pull it off. So far, I think we're not doing too badly. We have 2 more potential victims. This one will be rescued easily next time. This one, not quite, but close. So I'm not sure. I think we're doing all right. So once again, thanks so much for watching along. Join me next time for the continuation of Flashpoint Fire Rescue.